Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I tell you every day, I don't take days for granted. I don't take you for granted. I am happy and grateful. In spite of what my physical body may be trying to tell me, I am still going to acknowledge every day because it is great. I'm going to remind you that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. Okay? Listen, there can be no one that can be you, and you are relevant, you are necessary, you are needed. There is not a clone. No one can do what you do but you. Never forget that. All right. So, you know that we're dealing with relational intelligence right now. Let me pull this back up. And for you guys who have not been able to plug in, all the recordings from our Monday morning mindsets are on the YouTube channel. I am Nicole D. Jones. Make sure you go click like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. That's my plug. Do what y'all do. Y'all know it better than me. But everything is on there. And this is so relevant in this time because we're relational. We were created to be relational, y'all. Okay. We're spirit, we're soul, wrapped in this flesh. Y'all got to forgive me. I've had this, I feel like a heart is throbbing in my head. It's been like this for about 3 days, and this headache trying to take over. So I'm like seeing these spots. It's just crazy. So forgive me if I kind of veer off. But all of this is on YouTube because we're created to be relational, all right? Jehovah God created us. We're spirit. So it is who we are. It is who you have been purposed to be, all right? For such a time as this, before Jehovah God even created the earth, all right? He chose you. He made you. He loved you. He had purpose for you. You are not looking for purpose. You are purpose, all right? And then he activated your purpose on the cross over 2,000 years ago so that in 2023, whatever age that you're at, it is purpose, it's predestined, it is pre-chosen that whatever it is has that for you to do, no one can do it but you. This thing is deep. Your spirit lived before you were here. It's going to live after. All right. We have a soul that's wrapped in this flesh. This is why, even though this headache is trying to attack my body and my mind and all this and that, I understand. And listen, I'm not saying this like I'm so deep, I'm no earthly good. But what I hope that you guys get today is that there is nothing that can stop your divine purpose but you. Really, you can't even stop it. But we can make the journey a little rough, okay? So why did I even tell y'all that? Because we're dealing with this emotional or relational intelligence, okay? We're created to be relational. So if you have not been able to keep up with them, go to the YouTube channel and just watch it, catch up, okay? Because what I want to talk to you about this week or this Monday, what I want you to focus on is acceptance. I want you to accept everything that we've done, all right? What have we done? We have categorized the people that are relational with us. We figured out who is where. We focused and we're intentional on the three, right? Your inner circle, right? We got the inner, the outer, and then the ones far off. Focusing on making sure that we're who has access to us and why is healthy. So now when you're evaluating, I don't know about you, but in evaluating the people that I give myself to, I give my time to, I've had to come to realize that I had a lot of people out of place. All right. Doesn't mean I don't love them. Doesn't mean that they don't love me. But the reality is, as we go through this journey, life is lifing. Like I said to y'all, I am not the same person from January 11th, 2022 that I am now in 2023. Life happens. we begin to change. All right. We shift, we move. There are seasons that things happen, and then, it piles on. So those people that may have been in your inner circle at that time and in that season may not be what you need right now in this season. You know, I know that God has told me that there is a stream of entrepreneurship in me. I'm 50. I've never even thought about that. I was okay with helping my friends, my daughter, whoever else that had these visions. I had no problem being a helpmate, okay? A servant. I was cool with that. But now I heard God, I believe God, and by faith, I got to walk out what I believe God has given me as part of my journey. So this at 50 is new for me. All right. So in that, there are people that may have to shift. There may be people that were in my 72 that was sent out 2 by 2 that God will now bring into the 12. All right. Because I need the help. They may come and be sprinkled into the 3 because he knows what we need. So we have to be able to accept that people and their access to us changes based on the seasons that we're in. And that is not being selfish. That is not being arrogant. That is not being proud. Why? Because we are being the best versions of us unapologetically, and we can do it unapologetically because we do it through a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride. I told y'all the buckets don't go up like a ladder, they're lateral. All right? They're lateral. They're like this, whatever this would be, circular. All right? Because we need it around us. So listen, we got to focus on accepting that. All right. And so, what I want to share with you is that when you start seeing that you got to start moving people, it's tough. It's not easy. All right. It's not easy. So, for example, we put people in positions or places with us based off of their relationship. And we always do it for our seeds and saints, our Christ-like people. We do it with people that we go to church with, and we do it mainly with our natural family. All right? Definitely. So you get into church, you're full of zeal, you got this person that you connect with, you immediately putting them in your 3. You're immediately putting them in your inner circle, but forgetting that they haven't even earned that place with you. Okay? No shade. I'm not saying it as shade. I do it. We all do it. Okay? But we got to accept and be responsible for ourselves to know that we have done that and it ain't always right. Okay? Our family. We immediately put our children's, our spouses, our mama, our daddy, our sister, our brother right here, when the fact is, okay, maybe they have the time and maybe they have the time with us, but depending on where you are, they may not be your first source. So yes, you may go talk to your mom and your dad about whatever's going on with you, but their advice may not be your inner circle advice in this time. Okay? Well, I'm not putting my mama out my circle. I ain't putting my daddy out my circle. Listen, you don't have to, because the thing that should be across the board with everyone is the spirit of friendship, right? Because we walk in a spirit of friendship. That don't mean that we're friends. 2 totally different things. We'll talk about that later. But you got to make sure that you are at a place where you can accept what I'm saying out my mouth, but most and foremost, accept what you wrote on your own piece of paper. Accept the places that you've placed people. All right? But here's the key. I am saying we're going to focus on doing this week because we've been talking about it for weeks, because I understand that is not easy. It's tough, okay? It's tough to see something and then do it. So here's the thing. Maya Angelou said this: When people show you who they are, believe them. Okay? Our emotional attachment with others can blind us to the reality of where they are in life and whether or not it's safe for us to be in relationship with them. Okay? So here's the thing. This ain't a love thing, y'all. This is not about whether or not you love that person or that person loves you. It's a matter of how safe they are for you in the season that you are in. Let me say that again. It's not about love. It's about safety. All right. Sorry, I got a headache. I can't repeat that verbatim. But bottom line, it's not about love. It's about safety. It's about who and what is safe for you in the season that you're in right now. Okay. It's that. So you can continue to walk in a spirit of friendship with someone as you should be, because you do unto others as you want them to as you want to have be done unto you. Okay, that's the golden rule. I don't know if that's in the Bible, but I do know that's a golden rule. But here's the thing: you treat people how you want to be treated. So there is a spirit of friendship. There is a spirit of friendliness that we should all walk in. Okay. Regardless to what bucket we have someone in, regardless to if it's a stranger, common courtesy and respect is something that we should always do, because that is what we should require back. Right. But we have to understand that safety is not in the level of love you have for someone or they have for you. Safety is where the vine is connected directly from Jehovah God, and it's where you're being fed from in this season and whatever it is you're going through. Okay. So here's the thing. You got to understand, especially when it comes to us who believe, everyone who likes Christ isn't Christ-like. Everyone who served God is not an example of his servantship. No shade, y'all. Listen, I'm not throwing no shade today. I am trying to get us to accept what we see. Because here's the thing. We can see something. Listen, it's like this. Think about someone, and hopefully none of us are here, but I think we've all experienced it. You can have someone who says that they love you out of their mouth, but be abusive to you. Abuse does not have to be physical. It could be verbal. It could be emotional. It could be, it's so many levels of abuse. But it's not all physical. And then we don't want to label it abuse because we don't want to see someone like that, or we know what has provoked it. All right. So I have a friend who was going through something, and I remember telling them, like, I believe that that person loves you as much as they're capable of loving you. But what I need my friend to understand is that love ain't enough for what you deserve or need in this time. I understood it, not to make a pass, not to make excuses, but I understood why the level of showing love was capped. All right. And all of that, great person, just was not great for her and what she needed. See, this is where acceptance gets hard, okay? Because we can love someone, we can love something, we can do all these things, but at the end of the day, unapologetically you, is it enough for what you need in your season? Okay? So this is the thing. People's love is not determined off of how they treat us. So let's just get that out right now. I'm not saying that, all right? People love at the capacity that they can love. And sometimes their capacity just isn't enough for you. It doesn't make it, no shade, not saying nothing bad towards people or anything like that. It's just what you have to understand is, as especially with relational intelligence, emotional intelligence, because it goes hand in hand. Okay. The foundation of relational intelligence is emotional intelligence. So as you begin to learn and you begin to grow and you begin to expand your capacity, because what expands your capacity and your territory is what you're feeding, what you're learning, what is growing in you. Okay. And right now, anyone that we are holding each other accountable to, it's like we are expanding. I'm intentional to expand your capacity. Okay. As my pastor is expanding the capacity of my faith, I'm intentional to expand your capacity of relationship, of intelligence, of territory, because I believe that there is greater in us. All right. I believe that we have not been stretched enough. But I also believe in the Christ in each and every one of you, as well as I'm learning to believe more so in me, because there, whatever God has for us, it is more than we can think or imagine. Okay. So you got to understand that it's not a question of whether or not someone loves you. It's a question of the level of safety for you in this season. All right. So here's the thing. You got to understand that your choices matter. Every choice that you make, it matters in this season. Okay. So you got to make the choice to accept what you see. You got to call a spade, a diamond. All right. If you playing cards, listen, depending on the hand, your spade may win, your diamond may win. But at the end of the day, the face card don't change. The face does not change on the card. Okay. So you got to be able to make choices, and you got to understand that every choice that you make matters for you and the person. So if you're holding on to someone because of your relationship, because it's your home girl, because it's, your kinfolk, all of this, you got to understand that your choices matter, and they can be detrimental. They could be damaging. They can be death to someone and to you. Okay. When we're not willing to pivot and we're not willing to put people in the right space, we can kill things in them and they can kill things in you. All right. Because the relationship can do nothing but become toxic. It can become unhealthy. Because if you're leveling up and your kinfolk or your homegirl is not moving at the pace that you're moving in, and you still got them in the inner when they should be on the outer, what they should be learning from you, they're not going to get. Because in your inner is where you are fully transparent. In your inner is where you're giving everything. And that person may not be able to handle what you're pouring out. That becomes damaging. What they could handle with you in one season, they may not be able to handle it now. And if you pour out too much, you're going to hurt them. You're not going to help them. And then you need to be poured into, but they don't have the capacity to pour into you. So then you're dry and bankrupt. Okay. This is why I need you to understand that your choice really matters in accepting what you see. All right. Some of y'all feel like God picks relationship for you. That's not true. God didn't pick Eve for Adam. God made Eve for Adam. Adam got to go and pick. Okay. Adam got to go and pick. He got to go and pick the names. Okay. But he didn't make the donkey. He named the donkey. He got to pick the name. God made. Okay. So God does not pick our relationships. We just got to let that go. All right. We pick relationship. We name them what we want to name them. It is not always lined up with God and the season he has us in. Y'all need to catch that, all right? Catch that. All right. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, all right? So when you understand that you make picks, you got to understand that sometimes you make bad picks. Okay? We make bad picks, not because we're sometimes off, but here's the thing, and I talked about it last week too. We pick what we pick where we are, but when you start getting healthy, you got to accept the fact that the pick that you picked that worked a month ago is a bad pick today because you're not where you were a month ago. Does not make the person a bad person. It's just a bad pick for where you are right now. This is why you got to understand that everything that we're doing it for us. And then you got to go and you got to evaluate things. You got to be willing, like I said, to be a good steward over your soul. You got to do soul checks for yourself and then just realign. You got to realign and readjust. You got to accept that you see it. Okay? I love my daughter. I don't know if she's on here or not. I love Kadeja. I love her, man. She's like the air I breathe. But if I'm honest, we have had good seasons, bad seasons. I love the season that we're in. Okay? But I've had to learn that when we're in a mediocre season, I got to adjust her. When we're in a good season, I got to adjust her. If it goes to a rocky season, I got to adjust her. But that never stops my love for her. To be quite honest with you, my love grows in the rocky. Y'all, listen to me. See, I started late. I got to stop early. But here's the thing. Stop being afraid to accept change and shift. Because in all the seasons, I will never throw her away. I will never stop loving her. Daisy, if you're on the line, I love you, baby. Never stop loving her. But I have to understand that personality, seasons, where she's at in her life and I'm at in my life, that we shift hats. We shift roles. I'm going to always be mama. She's going to always be daughter. Okay? There's always going to be that connection. But life for her and life for me, even though it's the same time, the same day, is different in seasons. So I love where we are. I love what we're becoming. But if I never shifted her in the rocky times to grow my love, so in a rocky place, her love could have been diminishing, but mine was growing. So that when we come to a better place, it'll even out. Ooh, thank you, Holy Spirit. See, we got to learn how to accept what we see because we don't know why it's happening, but God always knows. My God, if we can't do it, she may never come out of the rocky place if my love didn't grow there. Love covers a multitude of sin. So whatever I did wrong, the love covered it. Whatever she did wrong, the love covered it. Now she loving her mama right now. I'm in a place so her love can cover me. Listen, we got to accept, okay? We got to accept what we see. Know that with acceptance, understand that love don't change. Oh, Lord, my head, y'all. Love don't change, but I want in my journey for my love to get deeper. I want for my love to get better. So I got to learn to shift people because if not, you will keep yourself frustrated. It ain't even them that's frustrating you. You'll keep yourself frustrated. Okay? So I done went over. It's 10:31. I don't even want to stop. But here's the thing. I want you to, this week, go back for you. Look at the videos. Look at the videos. Accept what you see, not just what we're working on, but relationships in general. Get to a place where you can accept them so that you can evaluate them. Understand that accepting what you see does not mean you don't love that person. Don't even mean that you got to stop dealing with that person, but you will have to deal and handle them differently. All right. But you got to accept it first. Acceptance is what's going to bring peace. Once you receive the peace, you can get clear direction from that compass that we're following. All right. So listen, Meal Prep Monday this week, I want you to accept everything that you are evolving into, and accept who is being placed in your life, even if it's someone that you don't want. If they got the wisdom and the knowledge that you need, accept it and run after it, because you are being the best version of you unapologetically. So stay focused, stay humble, stay positive. Continue to be the best version of you, because you are relevant, you are necessary, you are needed. Okay? I am Nicole D. Jones. We're going to finish this next week. We're going to stay on acceptance. But I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.